Hi guys, it's me, Ashley. I know you I post. I know I don't post all the time, and I am trying to post all the time. I know I haven't shown you guys that, and I know in order to for you guys to I'm assuming believe me more, that I have to actually show you that I am gonna post. And you know what, I see I know there are some people influencers that post 24/7 every day. I'm working on that. I've never been an influencer before, so I mean I'm working on learning how to be one for the very first time. And I am also I'm trying to work on doing videos for you guys. But I'm in the process of doing that. I'm trying to figure out how to get this stuff for it first, because I'm assuming you can't just post with your phone, or not just that, but record with your phone. I've seen people on YouTube, YouTube creators, doing it really professional. I'm working towards that. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I know I stutter a lot when I talk. You might get a lot of that when I'm posting and shit, because I don't know if you guys know this. Actually, no, you probably do, because in my last post I did post having a tizzy moment. And I don't know if that's offensive or not. As a person with autism and is autistic, I don't know. I've asked many people if that's offensive towards people with autism, but I don't think it is, personally, because I have autism, and I feel if somebody without autism were to say that, I feel it'd be offensive. But anyway, sorry. I'm sorry if this video doesn't make sense. I never posted before. I am good at being social. I'm good at talking, but there's other things involved, other things going on. Processing is a big thing. Attention span is another thing. But anywho, for any of you out there who don't know who I am, I don't really post all the time, so I wouldn't doubt you wouldn't know who I am, or wouldn't get the looks of me of who I am. My name is Ashley. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. But my name is Ashley. Sorry, I literally play music in here because I don't want you guys to have to hear. I have a sister. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna explain. I'll explain this whole thing of why I'm playing music, because you guys are gonna be hearing a lot of music while I'm making videos. I'm sorry. I know that's probably something you guys don't want to hear, but I am in a specific situation. I've been going through a lot, and I know I'm not the only one. In my point of view, I know there are many kids with what are going through the exact same thing I'm going through. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Ashley. My real name is Kalina, legally, but I go by Ashley or AC. I love to go by AC, so I don't know. I've gotten, most of the time, a lot of people who know me, they call me Ashley, but I go by, or Ash is okay, but I like to go by AC. I'm 17 years old. I don't know if you guys know, but I am going through a lot right now. If you don't know my story, my mom, she had me at a really young age, and I think I was 14 or 15, and she did drugs and alcohol, she had a disease called schizophrenia. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in one of the shorts I made as well. My dad did drugs and alcohol as well. So my mom kind of gave me brain damage, created brain damage to me in my brain, and caused a disability called autism. The real term is called fetal alcohol disorder. I don't think of it as a bad thing. A lot of people think that I've gotten comments. I've gotten a lot of people telling me, like, not comments, comments not in, like, social media, but, like, outside of social media. Like, some kids, or, like, kids my age, or some other kids just randomly, or adults, randomly, like, they'll say, I didn't know you had autism. Or some people say, you never had autism. No, you don't. Or, like, then there's some people there that do really see it. And you know what, like, I feel like, you know, there's no point in labeling it. I'm not, like, saying that labels are important. They're not. But, like, I do. You guys may not notice it. It's the autism, and it's hard to explain. It's the autism that is high. I think it's high or low. I think high functioning, where, like, you're able to communicate, which is called nonverbal, but I'm verbal. There are kids out there that are nonverbal, and it hurts me because there's a lot of people out there that, like, judge a book by its cover just for somebody being different. And you know what? Oh my gosh, I'm literally gonna check. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I struggle with communication, and I'm still working on it. So if I change a topic and I talk about something first, I talk about a different subject, and change the subject to a different thing, I'm sorry, all right? It's a struggle. I'm still working on it. But basically, my dad did drugs and alcohol as well. My mom had also done other shit to my brothers. I have 3 brothers. I have Jewel, Aaron, Gabriel, anything, so no, that's 4. I have 4 brothers, and she did the exact same shit to them, except different. I don't know if they have autism or not. I don't know. I wouldn't know. She also had given me schizophrenia, so I have schizophrenia as well. My mom had threatened my brother. She had bought a gun and threatened to shoot my brother with it. My dad would come to visit us intoxicated. I remember I was like 2 months old at the time, and my dad would come to my visits intoxicated, and the visit supervisor was talking to my dad, and I got into shit I shouldn't have gotten into. I was crawling on the floor, getting into things I shouldn't have. And so then the state and everybody separated me from my brother and my parents. And they basically said, you know what, you can't take care of her. My mom didn't agree. She wanted to keep me. And so then after that, I had to go to foster care. And I've been in foster care for 2 months, since I was 2 months old. And I was living with this family called the Smiths, and I loved it there. It was amazing. And after that, they found out that I was getting adopted. So I got adopted by this black woman named Stephanie Yvette Cochran, and it was going amazing when I was with her. Supposedly when COVID hit, she started becoming an alcoholic, which is so not true, because when I was in intermediate school, in middle school, I was about 13 or 12, because I'm pretty sure that's the age, or 14, I'm pretty sure that's middle school age. I was me and my brothers and sisters, not just me, we were all going through a lot, my mom would abuse me. She's choked me before. There was this one time when I was in the garage and hiding from her, trying to call somebody, trying to call the cops and whatever, and she was stopping me from doing that. She didn't want me to call the cops, and so she tried to take the phone, but then I forgot. And sorry if I don't know the full story. I have gone through a lot, okay, through my life, all right? And so basically, and you're also gonna hear ads on here, okay? I'm sorry, but basically, not just that, basically, I'm not gonna remember all of it because I have, like I said, I've gone through a lot through my life. Not just me, my sister and brother, and I know I'm not the only one going through these struggles. My mom ended up choking me on the ground. She was saying the words, "I want to kill her. I want to kill her." And so she's said a lot of hate. She would say a lot of hateful and rude and like really vile things. She did a lot of physical things. There was times she actually did like punch my brother and give him a bloody nose. And it's actually caused a lot of confusion for both me and my siblings, because sometimes my siblings will think that this certain thing happened to them, but it happened to me, or something happened to my siblings and I would think that it happened to me, but it never did. And then there was a time when she actually did say she hated us, and we were at my abuelita's house at the time, and she would come in intoxicated all the time. She would yell. It was really vile. We were staying in our grandma's house, another grandma, because supposedly it was my mom's friend. And after that, our grandma, I don't even want to call her my grandma. She was really not a good person, because she did smoke weed and everything. And she said it, like, she would take my mom's side instead of our side, knowing that she knew my mom was alcoholic. And she blamed all of the shit on us. And then there was a time my mom had pinched me and my sister, and she was driving intoxicated. She drive us to school, and I would pray every day to take this bed bus, even though oh my gosh, I hated this bed bus. I still do, because my mom put me on this bed bus just because of one situation only. I was getting bullied on the bus just for being something different. And it was so funny because she thought it was my fault. And so she put that situation to make it a big deal and put me on this bed bus. I despise it. And I've been made fun of it. I've been bullied at school. I've been called the R word. I have been like pushed into being sexually harassed. There was this boy named Cole Carlson at my old school at Curtis Junior High School. When he's done it to many girls. He tries to get girls to do inappropriate shit, and if they don't do it, he sends pictures of inappropriate pictures. And I ended up doing it, and at the time I didn't know better. And because my mom, yes, she has told me, there are people out there, and I don't know why I never listen. Actually, I do. I don't listen, and it's mainly because I need to see the bad shit happen before realizing, oh, this wasn't a good idea. And that is a struggle. That is something that I think we all need to learn, is like to listen instead of just saying, I need to see it in order for it to, click in my head. And basically, there's and after that, oh my gosh, at least through my mind, and my mom would actually come to my school intoxicated, trying to pick me up, and I'd ask somebody else to pick me up. My sister was at one time, she was at a camp, and my mom came intoxicated. She had to call the cops, my mom abused me, my sister, my brother, and my aunt and my grandma, my abuelita. And then there was another time, I was really mad because I knew she was intoxicated, and she put me in timeout at the time, and I was banging on the floor because I was so done with this. I was so done with her being intoxicated. And she started yelling, Ashley, come in here. Come here. I came, and I said, I'm going to call the cops. And she literally got mad. She didn't like that. So she tried to grab the phone, but then I ended up falling on the ground, and she choked me. And my sister actually witnessed it, and she didn't do shit because who would? It's a scary situation. And so basically my sister looked, she just kept looking. She looked and she saw, and I could see the fear in her fucking eyes. It broke my fucking heart because as a person, I don't care if I'm autistic. I don't care. I don't care if she's younger than me. I don't care if I'm older than her. I don't care. It still fears the shit out of me because it hurt me because my little sis was so scared. And it pissed me the fuck off. My brother, and then there was another time when my brother was left in the house, and when I ran to the neighbor's house to get help, and I was so sad because he went back in the house with her. She forced him to go back in the house while she was intoxicated. And then there was another time when she would try to force us to go with her in the car and drive while she was intoxicated. My sister, she actually had my sister against, she hit my sister, had hit her, my little sister. She was about 4 or 3 at the time, and she hit her head against the wall, and my mom, I think she either pushed her against the wall, I don't remember. All I know, she hit her and hit her head against the wall and started crying. And then I remember I went to another foster home. It was a group home, and this dude, he was random, I didn't even know him, and his name was Caden, and we were sitting in these chairs, really close to each other, and apparently one of the rules was we couldn't sit next to each other. I was sitting in the chair right in the middle first, but he came over and started sitting next to me, and then after that they said it was hygiene time, so we went to go do hygiene. But before that, he said, he was like, I want to make you one really loud, and da-da-da. And then he started sexually harassing me. He touched me in places that you shouldn't, and it was hygiene time, and so he asked, can I touch you? And I actually said, and he's like, you don't have to see us if you don't have to. So I just said, and he did it anyways. And so that's something that makes me so mad, because people out there think, you know what, she's vulnerable, we can take advantage of her. That's what pisses me off about the world, because they see you as a person that is different. They see that you are a kind person. They see that you're going through shit, and they don't care. And so at hygiene time, we went to our rooms, and we did hygiene time first, and then after that we went to our rooms, and then he said, I want to slap your ass. And so he did that, and then he said he wanted to fuck me so hard. After that, he did that. I told him to stop. He didn't even have my consent. I was froze to death. I didn't know what to fucking do at the time. And so I wrote in my diary what happened. And after that, the people in there started they looked at my diary without any consent and saw that shit, and I had to get kicked out of there. Then after that, there was another foster home I was at, and it was actually in Tacoma, the same place, different. There was this woman named Miss Kimberly. She had basically tried to, she accused me of hitting her, and I never hit her. I was trying to get my shit so I could go for a visit with my mom and have a sleepover visit with her. And she had the audacity to lie and accuse me of literally hitting her and punching her and breaking the door and everything. It wasn't. I never did. All I did was try to open the door and get all my shit. That's all I did. So, you know what? I said, fuck it. And I started screaming and crying. I ran away. And by the way, if you guys don't know, I've been a runaway for 17 fucking years. For 17 fucking years. As long as I can remember, I've been a runaway. Because of the shit I've been going through. And so, basically, like, the cops have been called many times. I ran away, and, after that, I went to a new foster home after that. And it was with a foster home. It was actually a group home. That one was fine. It was perfectly fine. And then after that, I went to another foster home. And it was with these two black couples. And a woman and a male. A female and a male. And the male was not a nice person because he ended up abusing me. The wife did not do shit. She just looked at me while I was getting bleeding to a bloody pulp. The husband kicked me. He, like, shoved me. He pushed me. He punched me. He hit me. He, kicked me in the groin. And then he kicked me in places that you would not want to be kicked. He broke my phone. He tried to take my tablet, but I said no. So I was trying to call for help. I couldn't. And so after that, he called Joel, and he called the police. The police came over. They said, is she calmed down? They said, yeah, and I wasn't. I was over crying and scared and shaking and screaming. I was screaming for my fucking dead last life. And then after that fucking shit happened, I basically, Joel came over, and he tried to take me to the next home, which was Miss C's house. By the way, Miss Charlie, a.k.a. Miss Charlie's house. And it wasn't as bad until I noticed what she has happened. When I lately found out that she had a PEDO, a sex offender who lived, which was one of her neighbors. And she told him specifically to stay the fuck away from me because she knew I was not always the way there, and told me that I wasn't always the way there. And he did not give two fucks. He literally didn't give two shits. He literally still did it anyways. And basically, she actually also had this, I think he was 8-year-old or 7-year-old, and she would have to have him with him everywhere. She said really vile and rude things to him, and like said that he was a crackhead baby, saying that he was stupid, saying that he would wish he got it's like this throat thing. It was like a throat, whatever it was. And then she said that he, like, she cussed at him a lot. She cussed at him, and I don't blame him because I feel like he got the cussing from her. And then after that, she like would vent to me saying all these really, really disgusting, rude things. She said really inappropriate shit in front of him and everything. She also, I don't know what happens behind closed doors. All I know is that I heard a lot of screaming and like saying ow, the words ow, ow all the time by him. And I feel so bad for him because I wish I was there. I wish I was the person taking care of him, because I know good well I would never do that shit to him, because she also did that shit to me. She said a lot of shit that was inappropriate to me. She did a lot of shit that wasn't okay. She also, I recall, she also would be in a room and she had something inappropriate on the TV while she had to be watching him, while he had to be with her 24/7. And there was a time when then the neighbor had he had grabbed my hips, started jolting me back and forth while we were playing basketball. He would call me a little girl, and I knew that was something sus, something that shouldn't be said, especially to some girl you don't know. There was another time when he also had put his his penis in front of me, like he was on me and like grinding on me, saying, "Do you know you like that, little girl?" And I didn't know what to fucking do. I just looked so fucking scared. I was devastated. I was scared as fuck. I started crying. After that, and I didn't want to tell because I was scared that something was gonna happen. I was scared that the mom was gonna tell the person I was living that I was lying, or that he was gonna do something really bad. So after that, I basically just and then there was a time when he like tried to like get me in the back of the backyard, and he had sex with me, and I didn't know what to do. I was frozen. I thought he did not have consent. Then after that, he also, there was terms he used where he also used terms like good girl and everything. And then he his sister wasn't even any better either. He would try to get me to vape. He also said he would always ask me to come out, trying to lure me with him. And I thought I was just, I thought he asked me to go come out to talk with him. And so I was like, sure. So I went. He's like, do you want to come in the car with me? Because he had his own car, and it was a white car, a white Honda car, like small. And so I came in there with him, and he ended up fucking me again. He touched me up in the area and my thighs, and without consent. And I said, stop, Marco, no, we can't do this. His name is Marco. He's a Latino male, and I don't know how old he is. I've heard rumors that he's 20. I heard rumors that he got kicked out of school because of high school, because he did this shit to girls at the school constantly. He said he dropped out, and I was like, no, I doubt that's true. And so then after that shit happened, there was a time when he tried to get me to do that in the woods with him, and he had me running across the fucking like street where cars were coming by in the road, and he tried to do it with me in these pokey bushes were. So I got like thorns stuck in my feet and everywhere on my body, and I started crying, and I was devastated. And he left me. I was literally out in the abandoned, out nowhere, where I didn't even know where to go back. And like I was so fucking scared. There were cars. It was dark outside. It was like 10 o'clock in the nighttime. And the foster parent was asking Ashley, where the fuck are you? Da da da. And I literally lied. I didn't know what to say, so I had to make up a lie. I literally didn't know what to say. I was that scared. And so then after that, there was another time when he tried to get his brother to touch me. His brother stopped by. Like, I was walking, there's this alleyway, and his brother was walking not the same way. Like, he came down the other part of the way where her house was, and I was walking down to go right back home, and he asked, like, do you want to vape? And I said, sure. So I did, and after that, I was like, okay. And so after that, he's like, do you want to go to the park? So I walked with him by myself to the park. 2 minutes later, it wasn't the fucking park. It was the fucking woods where this motherfucker had fucked me before. Not the brother, but the predator. And so after that, and I have a feeling it's because he told his brother that I am, like, he knows about me being, like, not all the way there, that I have a disability, and that he can get me to do whatever I want from him. And so basically he asked, can I touch your breasts? So I said, and I didn't say shit. I didn't say yes or no. I didn't give him a yes or no. He did it anyways. He said yes, and I said, I didn't even know. I was literally quiet. And so he did it anyways. And then after that situation, at the time, the mom wasn't even there. The foster parent was with my brother and her esteemed student at Grove Lodge. And I was literally next door with the other neighbors. And the other neighbors were Jamaican people. And she literally didn't give a fuck. She said I can go outside whenever I want. And so I went outside. And after that, so I was like, okay, fuck it. Yeah, okay. So then after that shit, after that, Marco was trying to get me to do it again. So basically, he had texted me saying, hey, and I said, what? And he was like, what are you doing? And I said, going for a walk. And then after that, I was like literally right down the block, almost from my house. After that, he calls me, and I'm saying like, hello? And he was like, what are you doing? I said, going on a walk. And then he was like, I have a question. And I said, what? And he's like, do you promise you won't be weird? I said, I don't know what it is. What is it? He was like, do you miss me? And I said, sure. And so then after that, I was like, do you miss me? Why? Do you miss me? And he was like, yeah. And the yeah was such a lie. I literally could tell from the get-go. And then after that, that happened. Basically, he's been raping me since I've been at this house because he did not get consent. When I finally figured out that it was rape, it was sexual assault. Because my counselor had told me, because I told my counselor about this whole fucking shit. And then after that, what happened is he had asked me another question, are you dating anyone? And I said no. And so basically after that, he was like, do you want to be fucking buddies? I said, dude, you have a girlfriend. No. He was like, why? Why not, little girl? And I said, dude, because no, that's not a good thing. And so after that, actually it's funny because I asked him what the fuck that was, and he was like, it's basically when you have friends with benefits. And then I asked him again, what was that? He was like, it's like when you're not in a relationship and you basically fuck your friend. I said, no, I'm good. I'd rather do it with somebody that's actually I'm married to or I'm dating. And so after that, and he has a girlfriend too. So Marco's girlfriend, whoever the frick you are, I want you to know your boyfriend is cheating on you, and he's in jail right now because he raped a girl that he shouldn't have been fucking. He knew he knew. And so then after that, after what happened, he basically tried to ask, do you want to go fuck somewhere? And I said no. And then after that, he literally said, I have something for you. So I said, okay. And he's like, if you come here, if you meet me in the alleyway where the woods are, I'll give you what I have for you. So I went there with my vulnerable ass, thinking that he actually had some shit for me. After that, he fucked me. He literally took it out and fucked me. And then after that, I literally went home crying, and I was scared as fuck. I literally just froze, because every time he does it, if I just froze, I don't know what to do. And so after that, I had to stay in there because I told my counselor, and my counselor had reported it to the foster parent I was living with. And then after that, I had to stay there the whole time. The sister called me, had the audacity to start shit saying that it is kind of your fault. You know what? We think he's autistic. You know what? And girl, if you're Marco's sister, if you're out there, Nancy, whatever the fuck your name is, if you're out there, I hope you know that you are not slick. Your brother deserves every fucking right to be in jail. He should have been at the very start and you want to know what else? He literally fucked every girl in that fucking neighborhood. There were other girls there, and then he fucked them. So, you know what? Your brother deserves to go to fucking jail. He deserves to be locked up. Because that right there, little girl, that right there, little miss, is called sexual harassment. And it just pisses me off. And then after that, it just pisses me off that there's people out there that think that they can fake ass be thinking that they're autistic. You're not. Okay, you're not. There's people like me that take that hella offensive, and it's wrong. People that are going through shit. That is not fair. As a person that was diagnosed, I can literally prove it to y'all that I am autistic. I literally have the diagnoses. You can literally, I don't know if you can tell, but like, honestly. And then after that, now I'm in another foster home. She goes through kid after kid. And then she also would say cuss and do the exact same shit she did with the little 8-year-old boy, the foster parent, Miss Charlie. The one that had the 8-year-old boy that lived with the sex predator. And so after that, instead of the inappropriate shit. And then after that, I'm living now in a group home where there's an abusive person here. She's apparently my roommate. And then the staff here, they really don't do shit either. Because when she does that, all they have to do is take her tablet or say, do stupid shit, like, don't ever do that again. And then they report it. And you know what? The state and all the other people out in the world, they don't do shit either. You think the state's gonna do shit? No. They assigned you here. They assigned you. The funny thing is, oh my gosh, it pissed me off so much. Because you know what? The state and the adoption agency, literally, they don't check records. They just put you wherever they could literally put you with a sex predator. They could literally put you with an abuser. They could put you with a murderer if they wanted. That is the fucked up part about life. And the other fucked up part about life is it's so funny that literally parents think that they can have children when, you know what? You're literally just going to fuck up your child's life. Because they're not ready to have a child, obviously. And so then after that, and that's why it makes me mad and why I question God, why the fuck I'm in this world if my mom fucked up my past and my life. what's the point? What's the point of being here? And so then after that, like, and like the staff, they lie here. They're just disrespectful. They're rude. I've actually also been like sexually harassed at my other school, my old school, not the one I'm at right now. I'm actually at Evergreen High School. So I don't really, I'm also living in Vancouver right now as well, as we speak. But in Tacoma, I was sexually harassed in a school called Curtis High School by a boy named Omslu Bonfield or whatever. And I've been accused of lying because of it, even though I wasn't. Because half of the kids at my school accused me of it, and I never did lie. But yeah. And yeah, that's basically what's all going on in my life. But I know that I didn't give you guys a full introduction. I know I said my name and everything, and this started the conversation of what's going on in my life. But it's kind of hard because, oh, and by the way, the music, right? Apparently my roommate, she basically has this thing where she makes it hard to, call or just call people or, record or anything. So, like, because she has her music all the way up sometimes. And it's kind of disturbing here. So, I don't want you guys to hear that kind of shit while I'm making videos. Anyway, and it's to block it out so you guys can just hear me and my music. But anyways, so you don't have to hear her. And she does do a lot of stomping and everything because she is autistic as well. And so basically, and she's older than me too, so yeah. But basically, yeah. And I will make sure to try and post every day. And I just want to say I love you guys, and God bless y'all. Mwah.